Hello everyone. If you've been following us, you know Snow and I and our two kitties just finished an amazing, epic journey around the world in our tiny home on wheels. 6.5 years, 4 continents, 54 countries. What an amazing time. But after all that traveling, there's something that we learned that we absolutely love, especially when traveling and going out to see the sights, and that is a bicycle. And we particularly developed a fondness for electric bikes. Now, when we got ready to ship our van back from Africa to the United States, maritime laws did not allow for the transfer of the lithium batteries inside electric bikes. So we had to get rid of ours, which meant when we got home, we wanted to get bikes super fast. So I was extremely happy to be able to partner up with Aipas, and they sent me this awesome bike right here.
Here we go, fresh off the FedEx truck. This one looks, as in Curt's words, like a Curt bike.
Look at that
big
suspension, fat tires.
All right, woo! But it is gonna take some assembly. So we'll get to it and we'll be back because we got a fun day planned once we get this bike put together.
So I'm in editing a video and our lumber gets dropped off and then all of a sudden the delivery driver comes up and delivered us a new bike, a really cool electric bike. And so we're super stoked, but I had stuff to do. I got to edit a video, I got to start on this project tomorrow, so I didn't have time to jump in it. Well, I come out here on a break and Snow's laid out in the shade.
I got one of those rib cramps. You know how you get those, like it knots up in your ribs and you got to stretch out, and then I just laid there for a little while, and that's when Curt came out.
I got to say, I am proud of her because this is a big, beautiful bike, and I am glad to get my hands on it and ride it. But she put the whole darn thing together, much to my surprise. So anyway, it looks like she doesn't quite have the handlebars tightened up.
Well, that's on purpose, so you can still adjust the up and down of how the brakes and stuff are. So
I will finish that one little thing up, but it looks like she's done the heavy lifting. Not sure if I want to be the one to go on the first test drive.
I know, in my defense, I told him he needs to double check the tightness of where I put on this front wheel. This is still loose and his handlebars are loose for him to adjust. I feel good about everything else.
She did a great job, guys. Now, right out of the box, you can tell this thing is built differently. Aipas designed this bike not just for casual city cruising, but for actual utility, rugged trails, and the kind of everyday adventure that Snow and I live for.
We made it to the end of this trail. I can't imagine walking this thing. You feel pretty vulnerable with the size of these gators right here next to you. Even on the bikes where we could drive pretty fast. If you look right down here, you see a couple of big ones and a turtle resting on a log.
And those gators might go after that turtle. That's a big food source for them.
Yeah.
And
well, and where we just turned around, Curt didn't catch it on camera, but he saw a gator in the road and he spooked him and he took off running. Don't mind my helmet hair. Or Curt's. Oh, that was a good time.
I ain't got no hair.
This is why we need a bike rack, guys, with one of those ramps. It's a good thing Curt is big and strong. What a fun day. Let's get these bikes loaded and we'll do a recap when we get in the air conditioning.
First off, let's talk about build quality. The frame feels incredibly robust, the welds are clean, and it has an aggressive solid stance. When you're used to overlanding across through rough terrain, you'll learn to spot gear that can handle abuse. This bike looks and feels like it's ready for the long haul. It features high strength, durable geometry, a smooth front fork suspension that completely absorbs the bumps, and massive fat tires. Because we're back in Florida, we deal with a lot of loose sand, dirt trails, and unpredictable terrain. The fat tires on this Aipas bike mean I don't have to worry about losing traction. It just grips and goes. Now, remember I said we couldn't ship our old lithium batteries. Well, Aipas absolutely solved that problem for us. The heart of this bike is its capacity lithium battery coupled with a seriously punchy motor. When you twist the throttle, you feel the torque instantly. It handles hills with ease, accelerates smoothly, and gives you the perfect boost whether you're pedaling with the pedal assist or just letting the motor do all the heavy lifting. The range is exactly what we need for long day trips. We can head out from the house, hit the trails, run errands, and come back without ever experiencing range anxiety. The LCD display right here on the handlebars keeps everything crystal clear. Your speed, your battery life, and your trip distance, even in direct sunlight. Beyond just raw power, an e-bike has to be comfortable, especially if you're going to spend hours on it. The ergonomics of the Aipas are fantastic. The saddle is plush, the riding position keeps the strain off your back, and the front suspension eats up potholes and bumpy trail routes like they're nothing. It also features a heavy-duty rear rack, which is a massive plus for us, whether I'm packing gear for a video shoot, grabbing groceries, or loading supplies for an afternoon out with snow and the cats. This bike acts like a compact utility vehicle. The braking power is just as impressive. With a bike this powerful, you need to know you can stop on a dime, and the braking system gives you total confidence and modulation even in wet conditions. Coming home from a 6.5-year journey around the world changes your perspective on what gear matters. You realize you don't need a lot, but what you do need has to be reliable, powerful, and most importantly, fun. Losing the batteries on the trip home was quite a bummer, but partnering with Aipas turned out to be the ultimate silver lining. This bike has officially filled the void, and honestly, it's elevated our adventure game right back here in the United States. If you're looking for an electric bike that combines rugged durability, serious power, and the freedom to explore anywhere you want to go, I cannot recommend Aipas enough. I've put a link down in the description below so you can check out their full lineup and grab one for yourself. Huge thanks to Aipas for teaming up with us and keeping our adventures moving forward. Thanks you guys for watching. Snow and I will see you on the next trail. Cheers, guys.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!